Welcome to the 7 Eagle Group podcast, your home for inspiring stories, valuable tips, and great advice from hard-charging veterans so you can lead a more rewarding and lucrative post-military career.
Hey, I wanted to introduce you to 7 Eagle Group's newest recruiting manager. Spent 20 years in the Air Force as a first sergeant and HR manager. He led teams of over 200 civil engineers, just completed his skill bridge here at 7 Eagle with us, and just so thrilled and honored to have Mr. Troy Ramsey on the team now. Welcome, Troy.
Hey, Jordy, how are you?
Good. Living out, I forgot to mention, you're outside of Philly in New Jersey, and just did an amazing job for us. And I'm so proud to have you on the team and glad that you're interested in making this your first stop post-military. So I just want to introduce you to the community. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where'd you grow up, and what incentivized or encouraged you to join the military?
Hey, so I originally grew up in South Carolina. I bounced around in a couple different areas, but was born down towards the Savannah, Georgia area, moved up into the mid-state. And then the community I lived in did not have a whole lot of opportunities at the time. And I wanted to go to school, and I actually missed out on a couple of college scholarships because nobody told me to read the fine print that college scholarships expire. So I joined the military and got picked up to do aviation maintenance. Spent 8 years at Ellsworth working on B-1 bombers. Then went down as a tech school instructor for a few years, teaching maintainers how to work on airplanes. Then I went on to work at the B-2 program at Whiteman, and then later transitioned to work with the KC-10s as they exited out the door and went into retirement. Later, I got picked up to be an Air Force First Sergeant, where I helped commanders or advised commanders on everything from normal day-to-day operations and transitioning policies and how to get that out to our airmen, and then working with airmen individually as they went through different life changes. That was part of my day-to-day goals. So
Wow.
Whenever I started transitioning out, 7 Eagle Group felt like a natural fit.
Yeah, that's right. What was your favorite part in the military? Which of those jobs did you like the best?
My favorite time in the military was what we refer to as like the E4 Mafia. Whenever you're a senior airman and you have enough knowledge to be able to do everything on your own, but not enough responsibility supervising everybody that you have to always be there. So that was my favorite time. I was also just having a great time because of the connection and the individuals I worked with at the time at Ellsworth Air Force Base. It was a great time.
Yeah, no, it sounds like. Well, looking back now, you had a really distinguished 20-year career. Looking back, how do you feel the military shaped you into who you are today? How did you benefit from all that service?
Even during my retirement speech, I said that I owe the Air Force everything. Whenever I came in the Air Force, I didn't really have a car. I didn't have financial stability at all. And that gave me the ability to afford all of those things that I needed. Not needed, but wanted. And then as far as a person, it's made it where I set standards for myself and others. And then made it to where I try to adhere to those standards no matter what and stay within my boundaries that I set for myself.
Yeah, that's great. And what interested you about 7 Eagle and, more specifically about a career helping military veterans? I mean, what appealed to me the most about you when we met several months back was your passion to help transitioning service members and veterans, and how you truly care for this community that you've been a part of. But I'd be curious to hear from you, like, why did you want to go down this path?
So for a long time, I've noticed for probably the last 8 or 10 years that I really do care about helping veterans and helping other individuals get to where they want to be in life and helping others succeed. Building people and putting them in jobs is something that I've been doing for 8 to 10 years now, even in the Air Force, like assembling teams to go out and work in certain elements and accomplish certain jobs. That was something I thought that I was pretty good at, and making sure that they were a cohesive unit to be able to accomplish certain missions.
Yeah.
So whenever it came to transitioning, I was like, I still want to do that. I still want to help people find jobs that they're good at and help people transition into the civilian sector without having to worry about, am I going to be a good fit for this job? Knowing that they have acquired the skills and knowledge that they need to succeed on the outside, and making sure that they understand that they are a worthwhile unit or a worthwhile individual to a good company or civilian employer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. What would you say if you were talking to a business owner? Why should he or she consider a military veteran for their team? What does that candidate bring?
Man, a military candidate brings all kinds of experience, from everything from being able to operate in super stressful environments. Like, you cannot find a more stressful environment than if you are deployed and sheltered down and during an alarm red, trying to figure out what's going on after that, or being in a combat environment and lead being thrown around in different ways and directions that you have never even experienced. So whenever it comes to operating under pressure, you're not going to find a better person that can operate under pressure than a military member. And it will they're going to stand out in any organization we put them in, and they're going to excel. They're going to utilize the experiences that they've had in the military, leading small groups and small teams, to absolutely excel your organization to a different level.
Yeah. Right on. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself personally. Like, what do you like to do when you're not working? I know you're what they call a gearhead. You said to me you got gasoline in your veins or something. So
I am a huge car nut, and it stems from a lifetime of playing with cars. I probably got my first Hot Wheels whenever I was a year old. No offense. And I have not stopped or looked back. My granddad started teaching me how to work on cars whenever I was probably not even old enough to crawl. I was rolling around garage floors and everything on creepers whenever we were kids. So I'm absolutely a gearhead. I understand I can rebuild a car front to back. I've worked in everything from collision shops to parts stores. And having a couple parts left over is not a bad thing. It just means that you put in some new stuff. So.
What's your favorite car or your dream car?
Porsche 911 GT3 RS, like the 992.
That's awesome. Well, I know you're going to be doing a lot with us and helping to place vets into amazing careers in the auto industry. And there's so many just awesome jobs. Whether it be with a manufacturer or an aftermarket goods company or a media outlet or NASCAR, there's just so many different cool things that people can do in the auto industry. So you're going to be a big part of that for us. But Troy, thank you, man. I appreciate you being on the team. Can't wait to see how many people's lives you're going to positively impact. And just a true honor for me to have a guy like you with us. So thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Jordy. Thanks for the opportunity to work at 7 Eagle.